Hello, here I am to talk about Nicolas Cage, the one, the only. So I'm going to do my top 10 Nicolas Cage movies, starting with, at number 10, we have The Rock. I'm relatively new to The Rock. I've only seen it 2 or 3 times in the last 5 years. So I didn't grow up with it, and I know that he's done better performances. However, I do like it, but it sits here at number 10 because it's more a Sean Connery film, and Nicolas Cage's character is a bit of a dweeb. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not his best role. So I do like it, and it sits at number 10. Now, at number 9, I've got Bringing Out the Dead, the Martin Scorsese movie, starring Nicolas Cage as a paramedic who is faced with death all the time and the depression that comes with it. He just wants out of this job, which is causing his life to just diminish. It's draining his soul, and the way that this movie is filmed captivates this. It is haunting to watch. However, it is also an amazing film to watch if you want something a bit more grounded, a bit more less guns and more soul, and to get to see Nicolas Cage acting as he does when he was at his best. So yeah, we've got Nicolas Cage in that, Bringing Out the Dead. Now, at number 8, I've got 8mm. Again, this is another one of those films where the subject matter of it, which is snuff movies, it's kind of dirty. It's like watching Trainspotting. You feel dirty after you've watched it. It's good though, and we get to see Joaquin Phoenix doing his thing as a young man, and I like watching it because Nicolas Cage is good in it. Like, even though the plot is sinister, like there's some resolution to what you're seeing. Like, it's not all doom and gloom. So I'm putting that there. So next, at number 7, we have one film that I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on. It's Con Air. When I was a kid, this film was good. Loved the golden turns and the action blockbuster feel that you got with it. The all-star cast. The genius of some of the dialogue that's given to not only Nicolas Cage but John Malkovich, Steve Buscemi. It's a good movie, and it's cheesy. It's a cheesy movie, and the older I get, cheesier it becomes. So I'm putting Con Air there. Now, at number 6, I've got Wild at Heart. I have a love-hate relationship with this film, depending on my mood, because if you watch this on a good day, this is one of the best films ever. But if you're watching this on like a bad day, like, it's surreal what you're seeing. The highlights is the absolute devotion Nicolas Cage puts into his character in this, and William Dafoe's character turning up. Love that. It's a good movie. Watch it. It's different. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. So I suggest you watch Wild at Heart, and that's going there. Now people are going to be like, what? Why? But in at number 5, I've got The Family Man, which is a remake of a remake of a remake of, I don't know, A Wonderful Life. And I don't know what it is about this film. Nicolas Cage gets a glimpse into the life he could have had because of the poor choice he made from splitting up from somebody he could have had a family with. They both loved each other. But in this, he gets a second chance at what it would have been like if they'd have stuck together. And in a sadistic way, I like the way it's taken away from him in the end. There's something about this story that captivates people and makes people want to watch it. People watch this, the original, It's a Wonderful Life, at Christmas every year. I've seen that once. This I've seen at least 10 times. It does something to me As a family man, as a father, it makes me think about family, the importance of family, and I love it. So I'm putting it there. Now at number 4, I have got Face Off, the John Woo classic. It's a great film. Him and John Travolta do a great job. Nicolas Cage does a better job. I would say it's more focused around him. What we don't get to see is enough of Kass to Troy at the beginning. We get to see John Travolta playing him. Nicolas Cage just does an amazing job. He's evil to the core, but once he's playing John Travolta's character, he also does sincerity, and you feel like John Travolta's actually in there. Like, he really taps into what John Travolta's character movements and his voice and the way he acts. It's just so good. So we're going to put that one there. Now, at number 3, yes, this is not a Nicolas Cage film, okay? This part is obvious. No one needs to state this, but Kick-Ass. I adore this film. I adore Nicolas Cage's part. I love how he's training his daughter how to use guns and knives and basically be a superhero at a very young age. And the way he acts like Adam West in this film is great. Do I wish he'd have survived and stayed in this franchise? Yeah. Would it have carried the franchise forever? I think so. Did they make a mistake killing him off? No. Because his death scene is pretty graphic. Even though it's silly, like, he's burnt, like, alive. And up until that point, Nicolas Cage's character is absolute gold. We all know what Kick-Ass is about. It's not his film, but it's a good movie, and Nicolas Cage does a great job. So I'm putting that there at number 3. Okay, at number 2, I've chosen this one because this is a great film, an all-round great film, and it's Matchick Men. It's like a sleeper hit that people, unless you've seen it, you've not even heard of it. They're like, what's that? What's it to do with? Well, it's to do with 2 con men and this journey of conning and being devious and trying to exploit people in ways that you just shouldn't, and the twists and the turns along in this film are great. Like, you've got Sam Rockwell, Nicolas Cage, just deceiving people all around. Like, I suggest you watch it. It's intelligent, it's for adults, and yeah, you'll have a great time with it. Which leaves me only one more Nicolas Cage film, and this is my number 1, and I've talked about it briefly before on another video, and that is Leaving Las Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas has struck so many nerves in me, like, it pulls my heartstrings from the get-go. We're introduced to Nicolas Cage's character, who is an alcoholic. He is losing everything. He's lost his wife, his child, because of the alcoholism, the addiction. People tend to run away from people when they're addicted to stuff. The one time that you need help, people usually retreat, go and leave you. And this is depicted so well in this film. We get little flashbacks, we get little photographs, and we see the downhill spiral of Nicolas Cage's character. The alcohol has taken over. He has the shakes. If you've not seen this film, I suggest you watch it, because it will change your life. The sympathy that you feel for his character it's heartbreaking. He wants to go to Vegas to kill himself, drink himself to death. He's lost everything. He doesn't care anymore. He wants to choose his path and to be respected. That's what he wants. But along the way, he meets Sarah, played by Elizabeth Shue, and she's a hooker, and her character falls in love with him. She takes sympathy and empathy and whatever it is and gives him it, but it's not enough. Even though he has feelings for her, the alcohol has taken over that much. It's all he can think about. It's paramount to him. And you slowly see him die. This man who could have had everything loses everything, including Sarah, the one person that cares about him, the last person that cares about him. He loses everything. And for that reason, and his performance, especially when he's drunk in the casino, it's poetic to watch. It's poetic depression, if that's such a thing. Like, if you want to seek out depression, watch this film. You'll find some. But you'll also find something in your heart to learn from. And how we should treat people and not judge them because of poor decisions they've made in their life. We're all human. And the human element is what carries this film. You can learn a lot from this film in the event of his death. As in, I would never let that happen to somebody else. So that is what I take from that film. That's why it's my number one. And that is the end of this video. So if you liked it, like it, subscribe, please. And if you don't, just get off my channel. I don't want you here if you are just here for no reason.